Imagine a conscious contact with God so strong that no matter what you are doing or not doing, that no matter what your kids are up to or not up to, and that whether you've got the person of your dreams or they're just not cooperating, that you are happy, content, and at peace. A space where everyone else's thoughts, attitudes, and actions are beautiful and exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, this is the space where I like to play. My name is Misha Z, and this is today's Bitch Slap. Join me as I shed light on the thoughts, actions, and attitudes that are causing you pain, and we train our minds to go to the capital S inner self, the joy that is waiting for us, the God within. The aftermath of the summit, and oh my God, what's next? That's what I'm going to make an attempt to talk about today. The aftermath of the summit, and oh my God, what's next? So, anybody new to the podcast, welcome. You go ahead and check out toolsforagoodlifesummit.com, and you can see what I created that I'm referencing. Just go to toolsforagoodlifesummit.com and register for free, and you can listen to all the interviews and learn cool stuff. And anyhow, so as I record this, the summit, the live portion of the summit officially finished on Friday, and today is Monday, and worked a bunch Saturday, tying up loose ends. Took yesterday off. I just had to do it, and I knew that for self-care, for mental health, for balance, if you want to call it that, like, take a day off. Take a day off. And it was hard. It was hard to take a day off because why it's hard is because, well, one thing, the summit took up so much mental energy, and I say this in a great, beautiful way. It was such a big project, and you know, so to be all of a sudden on the other side of the project, there's that little bit of a hole, right? There's all that focus, energy, emotional ups and downs from it, all that life. My life was tied up in it. All of a sudden, it's done. And so there was a little emptiness, and how do I really spiritually fill that hole? I guess that's the best way to say it. And yeah, I had to do some spot check meditating throughout the day for sure to get back to get centered with the capital S inner self. And so the aftermath, it's like this big bomb went off. You know, the summit bomb. And then all of a sudden I've got, 400 or 500, we'll call it 450 leads of people that registered. Many of them actually went into the summit. Some didn't. A lot of people registered, didn't find the time, which I totally get. So perhaps I'll open the doors again for them. We'll see. More will be revealed. But there's all these next steps, and all of a sudden, like, there's all these next steps I have to, they're like, the program that I'm in, the 2CCX, is, here's the thing, I'm definitely in a state of overwhelm, right? Projecting forward. It's like, oh my God, the aftermath, what's next? And complete overwhelm. So there's, getting email sequences to the existing, to all these people that joined the summit, who registered and such, so they don't go cold. All the work you're trying to build people to connect with, and then if you don't connect with them, they forget. So there's all this crazy urgency. I'm like, oh no, I have no idea what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do, all this stuff. That's just one part of it. And then there's, perhaps creating products for the bigger vision. And I have no idea what's going on there. There's ask campaigns. A lot of the stuff, these terminology might not mean anything to you. But I think what's important is, it's like I've talked about on many episodes, like putting the engine in the car. I know nothing about combustible machinery, the internal combustion machinery. But hand me the instruction book. If I stay in the moment and do the next indicated step, all of a sudden the engine is in. Or the analogy, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And so I'm trying to, it sounds funny saying it, I'm trying to get back into the moment and okay, breathe. What's the next indicated step? The program I'm in, the 2CCX, Russell Brunson's high-end mastermind. Got a bunch of us in there, creating our passions, however you want to say that. Trying to get our message out, and that can be all sorts of things. Save that for another day. Just suffice it to say that there's this whole program, and I want answers. I want to know what next year looks like. I want to know what 1 year down the line looks like. I want to know that my time invested is going to be worthwhile in the way that I want it to be. I want to know the shiny object that I'm hoping for is waiting for me. All this egoic stuff, all these fears, like all the financial insecurity just that was sort of hiding in the summit, all of a sudden flashing back at me. So I get to work to get back into the moment with all the, the spiritual tips, tricks, and tools, so many of which were talked about on the Tools for a Good Life Summit, which is perhaps laced in irony. The aftermath of the summit. I'm in the okay, breathe, take it easy, next indicated step. I don't need to be farther along than I am. That's one big thing that's gripping me from moment to moment, is that, oh my gosh, I'm behind in the process, or things need to be bigger than they are, or I need to be farther along. I need to know answers to many things that I don't know the answers to. And so, come back to the moment. Do the next indicated step. Send the thank yous to the speakers. Do the, what do you call it when you go back and look at everything? The debrief. Do the debrief with my who, Andrea. Make sure we are covering loose ends. Continue, dive into the next module in the 2CCX. Watch the next instructional video of next steps. Oh, and what was the other thing? The other thing is how to get, this could be a whole episode in itself, and I'll talk about it. I've got a whole list of all the next steps that are coming, and one of them is how to get in front of an audience of 100,000 people. How to get an audience in front of an audience of 100,000 people, and how to do that every day, and we're being encouraged to do that every day, 30 minutes. And so I'll talk about that on the next episode. But anyway, I'm going to end with this. As I was leaving, it's about, what time is it right now? 9:46 a.m. As I was leaving the house to go on a walk, the intuition was grab the microphone and record. At some point, sit down, breathe, and record. Even though It might not be shiny. It might not be well thought out. It might not be what I want it to be. Like, I get to keep producing episodes one day at a time. I get to keep talking about where I am, what I'm learning, the emotions that are coming with that one day at a time. And I get to hopefully be of service. So I'm trying to also keep in the mind frame of how can I be of service, and then trusting in God that that this is of service. Anyway, love to all. Thank you for listening. I grabbed the mic. I recorded. That box checked. We'll move on with the day. Thank you for spending time with me today. As someone who is committed to growth and service to this world, I so appreciate your willingness to come with me, go within, and serve our world through change. If you found value in this podcast and you know someone who can use this message, share this episode with them. Share it so our mission can be achieved one episode at a time. And of course, subscribe so you can hear more. And lastly, for more resources on what has helped me on my journey and can help you on yours, go to belove.media/resources. That's BELOVE.media/resources. Thank you again for listening.